Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Before I Go podcast. I heard a story recently that got me to thinking. A man told me that a guy that he works with recently received an offer letter from a competing company, and the offer was substantially more than what he was currently earning. The man proceeded to tell me that the owner of the company was just going to buy him off or make a counteroffer to get the guy to stay. My response was, wow, okay, is it about the money though? Can the guy be bought off? His response was, everyone has their price. Pause. Everyone has their price. Is that true? Can everyone be bought off? The look on my face must have told him that the conversation needed to be over because I absolutely disagreed with him, and neither one of us wanted to engage in a debate about the topic. But I have not stopped thinking about it. Now, if we're just talking about within the workplace, it has been my experience. If someone decides to leave a job, it is very rarely only about the money. Not to say that in some cases it is 100% about the money. I mean, one of the first jobs I had when I moved to Virginia was as an assistant to a real estate appraiser. After a year or so, I didn't feel like I was making enough money, and I went to my boss about it. He suggested that instead of giving me a raise, he would pay my daycare bill. Problem solved, because that was about the money, and I was prepared to look elsewhere if it didn't work out. However, years later, when I was in another position and decided to leave, my boss called me in and offered me more money, a bigger office, and an assistant to get me to stay. I politely declined because it was not about the money. See, more times than not, when an employee leaves a company, it's not about the money. It's about the boss, it's about the work environment, it's about certain policies, but it's not about the money, which is why I believe that counteroffers are counterproductive. Counteroffers are simply a band-aid and just prolonging the inevitable. The employee may accept the counteroffer, but until the underlying problem is addressed, they will continue to look for other opportunities, or worse, use the counteroffer to leverage an even higher salary from someone else. Look, I changed jobs 5 times in 20 years, and not once was it because of my salary. Don't misunderstand. With the exception of one of those moves, I did receive a pay increase every time I left, but that wasn't why I left. I left job number 1 because I felt like I wasn't being valued. I left job 2 because I wasn't being challenged. I left job 3 because it wasn't exactly in my preferred skill set, and I thought I would lose my skills if I didn't leave. I left job 4 because the company was merging with another branch, and I felt like my position was in jeopardy. And I left job number 5 because I was burned out. In my case, there was no amount of money that could have made me stay in any of those positions. Buying me off was not an option. I had to move on for my own peace of mind. Now, what about outside of the workplace? Can you be bought off if the price is your peace of mind? Recently, 2 extremely talented young Black female athletes chose peace of mind instead of trophies and medals. Of course, I'm referring to Naomi Osaka and Simone Biles. Ms. Osaka withdrew from the French Open because she decided that the mandatory media activities were harmful for her mental health. Ms. Biles similarly withdrew from the all-around and individual finals at the Olympics to protect her own mental health. Both of these women are at the top of their respective games, but made the choice that their peace of mind had to take priority over any short-lived glory that would be garnered by continuing on. I get it. At the end of the day, the only person who is truly invested in your peace of mind is you. You may have people in your life who care about you and who sincerely have your best interests at heart, but no one can truly know what is going on with you on the very deepest of levels. There is nothing or no one that will come between me and my peace of mind. I saw a meme recently that said, "Don't let this tainted self-love trend have you 50 and alone because you walked away from everything that didn't serve you instead of learning conflict resolution." I'll admit I was triggered. I was triggered because I say all the time that I have no problem walking away from people, places, or things that no longer serve me. But let me say this. Loving yourself should not be considered a trend. What's wrong with being 50 and alone if that's what you choose? If something isn't serving me, I'm out. Period. And resolving conflicts takes all involved parties to work on a resolution. And if I'm the only one working, again, I'm out. I am all for conflict resolution, but what I'm not for is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That type of behavior disrupts my peace, and we cannot have that. What about you? Is there a price for your peace of mind? Think about it. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. But before I go, let me leave you with this scripture, my favorite scripture, John 14:27. Jesus is speaking to his disciples and he tells them, "I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give you is a gift that the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid." You see, friends, peace is a gift. And as with any gift, all you have to do is accept it. Don't give it up for anything, and do not put a price on it. I'll see you next time.